Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking the A330-300 with the GE engines, which are the General Electric engines, on a Qatar Airways flight 125 scheduled service from Doha Hamad Airport to Venice. We are powered, as I said today, by the legendary General Electric engines, or the CF6-80E1 variant. And this aircraft has been a workhorse for Qatar Airways, serving key routes usually in Europe, Asia, all the way even to Africa. It's not that much difference in the actual fuselage, but engines are very much different. So today we're departing from Hamad, as I said, making our way to Venice, Marco Polo, with Milan as our alternate, and the ETA to Venice is approximately 5 hours and 45 minutes, putting us on the ground just past midday local time. The current weather here in Doha is a easterly wind and 3,500 meters of visibility in haze, which I do believe will, by the time we depart, and the temperatures are 23 degrees Celsius, QNH 1010, and the condition should be okay in Venice. Also a easterly direction of wind and quite cold temperatures of 7 degrees Celsius, QNH 1030. And overall we're expecting a smooth ride through the Mediterranean. We might pick up some light turbulence though, but notify you guys as the flight commences if there are any changes to our weather en route. Okay, so with that, let's look at I'm just going to pull up the flight plan and weather for the route, as well as some charts for the airport. Okay, so we are at Hamad Airport. We are at the Echo 4 stand, and I do believe we will be departing from 34 left, which will put us, we will do quite some taxiing out of the Echo to Alpha Charlie, down onto Tango, all the way back up onto Kilo, and then maybe taking Lima 1 or Lima 2 depending on our stop margin for takeoff, as runway 34 as well as 16 right is shorter than the 16 left and 34 right. So that's just something to note. We'll go to the sim brief now. This is our flight. Let's see, the Qatar 125. Airtime is 5 hours and 40 minutes. I do have the Lido format. I just think it's much more easier to understand. The estimated takeoff weight for today would be 191,700, and if we look at the route for today, it's basically taking us all the way northwest of Doha, climbing over Kuwait, crossing Iraq, all the way on the north of Turkey, and then descending into Europe over Bulgaria, Serbia, and on the border of Croatia as well as Bosnia to Venice, Italy. So the final cruising altitude would be 38,000 feet, and the fuel calculation, which we could have a look at right here. So just to cross check, it's the Qatar 125, and the date is checked, Hamad into Terceira. And if we have a look at the routing for today, so the departure is 310 at 15 and 2.2 kilometers with haze, 19 degrees Celsius, QNH 1013, and in Venice, pretty good conditions, just that it's quite cold. Weather along the way is mostly clear. If we come back to our route here, we have some weather over here, going over the Iraqi and Turkish airspace, but it's only up until a certain level, and we should be fine from there. There is quite some activity to the far west, with quite a few jet streams at flight level 390 and 360, and a lot of cumulus activity and showers as well. But our route seems okay after this sort of significant weather, and that should set us through our route. Let's just do that and have a look at our alternates. Is Lima India Mike Charlie, and the alternate is Milan. No wind, good visibility, and a bit of scattered clouds at level 65, QNH 1029. It seems okay, and if we should just go to our current airport, we are on the Echo stands. We could try for Sierra, take us, on the inner side of the central apron, then make our way down either onto Kilo or Juliet, and Lima 1 or 2, but that's our taxi. Let's just have a look at our transition altitude is 13,000 feet and the level is 150. The 156 and 336, which is checked, that's fine. And then just a quick look at our SID, which we're using today is the Tulu 1 Whiskey, which would be taking us all the way towards the Tulu 1 Bravo, and we would be at flight level 180 by the time we get to Tulu. Okay, I think that's okay for now. Let's jump into the flight deck and get on with our cockpit safety checklist. Okay, so the last of the passengers should be seated. The walk around has been done by the first officer. Excuse me. So we can proceed with the cockpit safety checklist. Hello, good evening. Good morning rather. So cockpit safety checklist. Okay, cockpit voice recorder is tested. Oxygen tested 100%. Gear lever is down, and the batteries, we can see that they are charging even though they are put on, and let's have a look at that on the battery page. And we just want to see the charge. Okay, the batteries are fine. External power, we already have engaged it. The first officer has done quite some checks, and I do see that he has done even some of the FMGC checks, as he has inserted our SID, which is wonderful. So I will do the setting up of the FMGC, which would be the emergency SID, as well as the final fuel and weight balance, which we can also get right now, as we have finally got that. The trip wind, we have a headwind of 38 knots, so I'll just put in H38, and that should calculate some figures for us. Also, if I do remember correctly, that we have a reserve of 1.5 and not 1.7. Just correct that, because SimBrief does do their default fuel calculations with massive reserves, as well as massive contingencies. And the alternate would be 4, which is correct. Final is 2.1. You just need to correct that and get the final time as well, which should be 28 minutes of fuel that we would have left. The extra time does say minus 2.8. That's going to change significantly once we start the procedures and the flight. So the estimated fuel on board in orange on the bottom right says 4.8. That does seem a bit more correct. So we will do the emergency SID quickly. That's one thing that the first officer has not done. So we are at Hamad. We will use Hamad, rather X-ray 1. We have X rather. We have the emergency SID. We'll store that and copy to the secondary flight plan. So ham X1 to SID in case of any emergencies. We would go directly to ham X. At ham X they do not give us a option to hold, but we would be cleared to return to Hamad, and that would be our new destination point. And then we can expect the ILS 34 left again for the emergency return. And you can see the white magenta, that is basically our secondary and emergency flight plan. And now let's add that to our active flight plan. We'll go to our fixed page. We are looking for firstly the airport, which is Oscar Tango Hotel. So I can take it from that side. So 335 as an extended center line. And then I just want to, and let's have a 10-mile radius. And then last but not least, let's add our emergency waypoint, and that's fine. So performance, we have confirmed our performance calculations and sent that to the FMGS so that we don't have to punch these values in here. So it's a lot easier. We can confirm that V1 is 148.151 is the rotation speed, and V2 154, that's correct and checked. We can change the engine outs to 400 extra, thrust reduction and acceleration speed or heights are checked, and we can do a derated climb. 2, we are below 200 tons, so that is fine for performance, and that's checked. So, okay, before we do the departure briefing, we'll just say hello to the passengers and then get on the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Zuzair, and on behalf of Qatar Airways, we'd like to thank you for flying with us. Today's journey would be 5 hours and 45 minutes, just past midday local time, and 1 hour or 2 hours behind local time. The weather on the route is significantly okay. We would just be experiencing some light turbulence over the Mediterranean, but not too worried about that. With that, I would not like to take any much more of the time. We would like to push back and start now. We are just waiting for our ground clearance, and we would then get the flight on the way. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, so we did the preparation checks, and now we can do the departure briefing. Okay, takeoff runway 34 left. The SID would be the Tulu 1 Bravo, and our first cleared altitude would be 13,000 feet. The MSA is 2,000 to 3,000 feet in the north, and that should take us right towards our SID. The extra fuel and time would be 2.1 tons. That's it from my side. Over to you, Captain. Okay, the hotspots for our taxi route, we have discussed that, and the stop margin for rejected takeoff is 300 meters. Emergency SID is 25 miles out on the runway track, and we would return via the ILS 34 left back to Hamad. Special operations, there are no special operations, just that we have quite some haze. Okay, so clearance delivery, I would think it's 100. Okay, so put that in there, and then we can request IFR clearance. So Doha clearance delivery, Qatar 125 Heavy requesting IFR clearance to Venice as filed. Qatar 125 Heavy cleared to Venice via flight plan route, climb 130, squawk 2205. 2205 in the squawk, and we're climbing to level 130. Now we can switch to our ground, and the ground is 120225. Doha ground, Qatar 125 Heavy requesting pushback from stand 32. Qatar 125 pushback is approved, taxi via Alpha to 34 left. Pushback approved and welcome. Okay, guys, you're clear to push. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think we should be clear of the road. No, not yet. Road, we are cleared to start. Starting engines number 2 and 1 in that sequence. 2 and 1 in that sequence. Thank you very much. Starting engine number 2. Monitoring lead 2. Fuel. Okay, engine number 2 is stable. Starting engine number 1. Okay, both engines are stable and running perfectly. Pushback is complete. So, after start checklist, anti-ice we do not need. ECAM status checked. Pitch trim 30% set. Rudder trim is checked neutral. After start checklist completed. Okay, let's do our flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, radio left, full right, and neutral. Okay, before taxi, flight control, checked, flap setting 1+F, radar on weather prediction, set to on, start, norm, EK memo, takeoff no blue, and correction with the flap setting is flaps 2. We can get our taxi clearance and then we can head off. Doha ground, Qatar 125, heavy ready to taxi. Qatar 125, heavy ready to taxi to runway 34 left via taxiway Charlie, Sierra, Juliet, holding short of Mike 2. Charlie, Sierra, on to Juliet, and then holding short of Mike 2, Qatar 125. Okay, before taxi checklist is completed, let's go. Okay, 34 left is checked. Okay, let's get ready to go. Okay, GPS, timer, chrono. Let's go, guys. Clear on the left. And clear on the right. Okay, take off. Flex SRS runway. Auto thrust blue. $100. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. City. Okay, climb thrust. Flaps 1. up. Some bit of a wind there. We do have a 4,000 feet restriction coming up and a speed restriction of 250 knots. Let's slow down. Right about there. I mind flying this departure just before we get at least past 10,000 feet, and I'll put on the autopilot. So thrust climb, direct to climb. Try and smooth out the departure here and cut out some towards 𝐸_LOSU. So we'll come down here, go direct. Stay and execute. Okay, so now to the left, and if you look on the display here, MX1 is our emergency set, our emergency waypoint. Have that westerly wind. Pushing us just off center line. We didn't do the takeoff clearance, but that's fine. I just didn't want to be too much away from our block time. We're now 30 minutes over block time, but I'm sure we'll make up for that. 38,000 feet is blue. Okay. Sorry. Our route is straight, and once we get to Turkey, we will be starting to the west, passing 13,000 feet standard. So as I was saying, to be should be reaching our top of cruise in around 30 minutes. So that should be fun. Okay, our route is pretty much straight for quite some time. We reach 𝐿𝐿 in around 5 minutes. And now you can see the coast of Manama and the easterly borders of Saudi Arabia approaching Kuwait. We have quite some wind holding us back. The wind is coming from 257 at 53 knots. So it's pushing us in from this direction backwards. Okay, we are almost at 𝐿𝐿. Okay, that brings us to where I will say enjoy the flight. We'll just leave it in the cockpit view and you guys can admire the scenes on our flight to Venice. So I'm going to leave you guys here. Sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. Thank you. Bye-bye. right now, so we can descend to 300 for now. Descend out. So, okay, guys, we are descending towards our destination. Get our clearance. So, Venice approach. Venice approach. Qatar 125 will be descending via the south runway. For 125 will be descend to Micro 60. Expect the ILS approach. Arrival briefing. Very quickly. So, the star we are using would be the ASOG RNAV arrival. MSA in the area is 1000. ILS approach runway 22 left. And the go around altitude is going to be 4000 feet. Executed time is 6.9 and 6 seconds. Okay, thank you. We'll do the RNAV approach, as I said, with flap setting of 3, stop margin is plenty, and we will use a auto brake low. The use of full reverse thrust, and we plan to exit on Tango Charlie, which is at 2,200 meters, which gives us, as I said, plenty of stop margin, which gives us an extra 1,000 meters, and we can add the fixing home. So we are coming into Lima, India. Lima, India. And the radio would be 21219. Livery, so that will give us space for much more maneuvering, many modes. I put moving to left, and we are category 3, and then config 3. Perfect. So position altitude is 6,000, 5,000. Perfect. So that sets us well onto our approach course. So we are now heading towards Zulu, Papa Zulu 845, and then descending to 6,000 feet. So we are below 10,000 feet, and the passengers and take the flight. Just letting our passengers know. Ladies and gentlemen, we would be arriving in Venice in the next few minutes. Please adhere to any safety rules the cabin crew will be advising you. Please stow your tray tables and put the seats in the upright position for the approach and landing. Once again, from the flight deck and crew, we'd like to thank you for cruising Qatar Airways, and we hope to see you again in the near future. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so passengers are aware. Of descent blue. she loves it. Okay, I do not know why the frame rates are doing that weirdly. So we're passing 7,300 feet, and we are well within our profile, or rather our green dot profile. Okay, so we sit clear to 4,000 feet. Okay, standing by. The wind's coming from my northeast. Okay. So we do have plenty of fuel left if anything should be too different. So just check the runway here. Okay, Alt Star, final blue. Okay, continue our descent to 3,000 and activate the approach phase. Okay, let's slow down. Oh, we are slowing down nicely. Let's just help the aircraft here. Okay, approach checklist. LRF is checked. Seatbelt signs on. Minimum is 210. And if you just cross check that, which would be over on our charts. Okay, 410. Check, and auto brake is set to low and engine start selector is on low. Okay, approach checklist completed, landing. Okay, we can go flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1, glide slope, approach nav. Autopilot disconnected. Okay, we'll go gear down.
$2,500.
Please check. Flaps 2. Speed check, flaps 2. Landing checklist, speed cabin mode, landing mode. Okay, just on the spoilers. Let's check. We are a bit high once again. And we don't want the heat of last week, so design set this one nice.
1,000.
1,000 is check. Okay, towards the red. Flaps full.
$500. 100 above.
Let's check.
400. Minimum.
Continue.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
'Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Venice with the local time is around midday, and please sit your seatbelts fastened and wait until the seatbelt signs has been turned. Once again, thank you very much for flying with Qatar Airways, and we hope to see you again soon in the future. Bye-bye. Okay, we're squeezing between the aircraft again. with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Venice. A beautiful day here. Clear skies. Just a bit the frame rates are not doing us too good. But that's about it. She has performed quite well today. And we will probably get some rest and then prepare for our return flight tomorrow. Quite a nice aircraft here. But with that, thank you guys. Please like, subscribe and share. And don't be scared or shy to tell me, look, improve on this or do this. I would highly appreciate that. I do hope that this video is any better than the previous one, which I would want to become a theme where I become better and better in each video with the help of you guys, of course. And flying many different aircraft to many different destinations. So, with that, I'd like to thank you once again, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.